Hey everyone, and welcome to the optional video for the Halloween postcard project. This is probably already creeping you out because I've looked up these really creepy pictures of dolls with a black background. You want to just keep in mind that anything that isn't black and dark is going to be what stands out with the text. So if I were to pick this image of this creepy doll with red eyes, the doll would show the text and the black background would just kind of fade. So anything that's light and coming out from black is really what's going to show up for this project. So I want to find a nice, good quality image to start off with. I'm going to change my size by going to Tools and then going to Size and changing this to large. You always want to start off with a nice, good quality image. Just keep in mind, in my case, I'm using a picture that I'm finding online. So these are only to be used as student projects. You do have to remember that copyrights are a thing. You don't want to steal anyone else's work. So obviously you can't sell these, but this is just a creative project for yourself. You don't want to publish it on the web. If you want to use your own pictures, on the other hand, that is totally up to you. You can do whatever you want with that. But again, if you're using an image that belongs to someone else that you found off of the internet, you can just use it for yourself as a creative student project, but that's all because the credit does go to the original artist. In my case, I'm gonna just keep scrolling around until I find a picture that I want to use. I actually really like this picture here, and I think it's gonna be successful with my text as well. So what I want to do is save the image first. So I'm going to right click, save image as, and I'll just save it in whatever folder I can easily find it in. I'll just rename it to girl and save it. Then I am going to go into Photopea. I do already have it open here. And I will go to File, Open, and then I will find that image. In my case, it was just called girl.jpg, and open it. So first, we need to make this image the correct resolution. We're going to do this by going to Image, and then Image Size. And we want this to be print ready just in case you want to print it. So we are going to set the DPI to a standard printing DPI, which would be 300. So I'm going to just delete this out and type in 300. And I'm going to change the largest number that I see here to 6. So the largest number I see here is this 22.22. I'm going to go ahead and change that to 6. And that will automatically change the next number to whatever it is according to the ratio. So in my case, it changed it to 6 by 4.5, and I'm going to press OK. So it made the image a little bit larger, which is totally okay. Now we want to adjust the canvas size so it's exactly 4 by 6, and it can be printed in postcard size. I'm going to do that by going back to the image option on top, and then going to canvas size. Keep in mind, this is going to automatically crop from the left and right sides of your image. You can also change that by playing around with this little anchor option, but by default, I'm going to just leave it in the middle. Now I'm going to change this unit from pixels to inches first. And I do know that it's at 6 by 4.5 as we saw before. I'm going to change it to 6 by just 4 on its own. And now I'm going to just press OK. And you're going to see that it did crop the image. If you want to change the area that the girl is in, I don't really like it because it's not too centered. You can kind of play around with it using the different selection tools. So if I just use my rectangular marquee tool and I just select the picture, I can then just go to my move tool and then move this to wherever I'd like it. And then I'm going to deselect. So I'll go to select, deselect, and I'll make a new layer just so I can fill in this little area, and I'll move the layer underneath the background. Then I'm gonna fill that new layer with black. So you can see the fill is set to black there. And now I have recentered the image of this girl. If you want to recombine these two into one layer, what you can do is just right click and then go to flatten image. That's just going to combine those two. Once you are happy with your image, you can now continue on to the first video and you can start applying your text as you'd like and get as creative as you want. I would take a quick moment here and save your image, by the way, just so you don't lose any of this progress, because this is a custom image that you either took from the web or an image that you've taken yourself. So you do want to make sure you save it. And again, at this point, you can go ahead and move on to part 1.